Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld. This is part one of our The Wild Reach series, and you can see we are hauling some stuff. I have adjusted outfits for everyone, so everyone has their own individual outfit. We have Bella, Brix, Dunmore, Harwick, and Marn. Home policy. Oh, food policy, home versus caravan. And drug policy, it says unrestricted, but they do have actually quite a few restrictions. So they can enjoy things like coffee and tea and some wines and things recreationally. And then we have beer and smoke leaf set up if they have low moods infrequently. I have decided to go ahead and kind of like start our little settlement down here. The dark forest is just so thick with wood, so we have like our little enable disable tree transparency so we can kind of like see what's going on a little bit, but it is really thick with woods, and this is like the max radius for the transparency thing. So I have set up a little structure. They're building it out of wood log, right? So raw wood. That's perfect. We need to stick some doors on this guy. So let's take a look. Actually, what I want to look at is, I'm gonna head like this is, so I get this question a lot, is like, what is this architecture display? And I use the same thing for research. These are from Dubsmint menus. You might remember, or you might have used Dubsmint menus before for like things like this, like the menu is just organized a bit differently, and this is on by default, but you actually have to either go into options and mod settings, or within the game you can just like bring up something that's going to bring up the menu, and you have a mod setting gear right here. I override the architecture tab and override the research tab, so those two aren't on by default, but that is what gives me this different view on the architecture tab and the research tab. I like it a lot. It doesn't quite work for a lot of things, so what you'll notice is that a lot of new mod authors are kind of creating their own organization of the architecture menu within the vanilla architecture menu. And so the Outland mods have their own like little submenu. So if we find Outland in here, right there, I don't know, it might show everything right here, and that's probably fine, but I'm always worried that I might be missing something. So if you hold control when you click on the architecture menu, or when you click on the research menu, maybe you want to set like anomaly research up or something, that'll get you the base game menus so that you can interact with those as you need. Okay, so let's go to structure, log door. We don't have any usable material for that. Do we not have any planks or anything? Yeah, where's planks? Planks. No, we don't have any planks. Okay, we'll let them continue to do their thing, but I'm going to see if there's anything that we can deconstruct made out of wood. We got clay right there. Oh, we have this bridge. Let's go structures. Let's remove foundation. Remove that bridge. We don't need it for now. Is this wood? It's adobe. Usually there's like this stuff. Ancient ruined carts, ancient ruined siege towers. Let's like deconstruct some of those and see if we can get some steel out of them. Not steel. Sorry, we're looking for like wood planks. Okay, we'll deconstruct some of that. Settlement. Arcane Fold has begun constructing a new settlement near the edge of its territory. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so these guys are gonna like expand. That makes the world pretty interesting. I think that might be related to like the territories mod, but I am not very, very sure. Oh, they built outside their biome, so I'll have to take a look at that. I did get the world map beautification add-on for the extra biomes that we have, so we can see that that's like all corrected. The mountains and stuff, it looks like a lot better. The map looks tons better. World map beautification is part of regrowth, and we do have the regrowth 2 mods installed. Oh, we have a little tar pit here. We'll deconstruct that. That'll get us some resources. I want to see who our constructor is. Bella, it's going to be you. I'm going to turn you lower on plant stuff. And Brix, let's have you do some hauling. And Dunmore, we'll have you do some hauling as well for now. Let's set up a clean area. We'll just have home be our clean area for now. And then, you know, when we get a little bit bigger, if we decide to build all of this, then we'll probably just set the clean area for like roads and maybe like outdoor marketplaces and things like that. That way they aren't like, you know, cleaning the dirt when we don't need them to be. So day 1, we have our rocks. We also have a Great Dane. Let's go ahead and do some furniture. Let's get you guys some animal sleeping spots. We'll stick one right there. We'll stick one right there. This is gonna bother me. Yeah, I think that's good. We have the diagonal walls stuff, so the Naname walls. So I think we're gonna end up editing, I guess, some of these designs that we put down, right? Like we'll end up with more interior space and things will be able to look a little bit more rounded and whatnot. We have, oh, nice. You're actually doing the construction. That is great. I want to get doors here. Furniture, sorry, structures. There, can we build doors out of anything? We can build doors out of silver. I'm not going to do that, so I guess we'll just have to wait. Production-wise, do we have the thing that lets us make more planks? Yeah, a trestle. Let's stick a couple of you back here, and I guess we'll get started on making some planks. We're going to keep a stockpile here for now. And then we also have a stockpile outside for things that like don't deteriorate. But I am worried about like these components and this food and our medicine and all that other stuff deteriorating if we don't get some doors on this guy pretty soon. So I'll leave them alone. I'll let them do what they're gonna do. And then we will see what Randy happens to throw at us today. So most of them are still chopping some wood. We did get, it looks like, plenty of things hauled over. It's raining and it looks like there are puddles. Yeah, there's water piles ×1 on some of these tiles. I assume that that's part of regrowth. I haven't played with regrowth since they like completely overhauled for 1.6 or whenever they decided to start calling themselves regrowth 2. So I'm not too sure about that, but my assumption, I don't have anything else that would kind of like impact the weather or biomes like this, so that is pretty neat. I really like that. Let's pop out to the world. I didn't check to see if there are like any mutators on our map. You know what, I need to options, mod options, what is that, map preview. Let's go ahead and say no to that. I want to look at our tile. So we have our colony here. Dark forest, increased animal life, deep or rich, and coast. So we do have some mutators on here. We imported a map over it. I'm not sure how much that'll impact. We do have some crazy things on the map. A Cressel. This is from Dark Ages Beasts and Monsters, one of the largest flightless birds and the North's apex predator. Okay, how many of just one? And you are on the opposite side of the map from us. You have some ancient doe crows. Forest owl cat. You look adorable. I kind of want you. I'm going to set you to tame. We'll see how that goes. I got a great wolf on the map, which is wild. I didn't realize. I thought that they were like a tundra biome type thing. We got hill trolls. We got northern boars. There's tons of rocks on this map. It is a dark forest, so I guess that makes sense. A tarl. Oh, you look like an owl bear. Okay. Also from Beasts and Monsters, the tarl, also known as the Great Land Owl, is a huge omnivorous bird that dwells in many forests of the world. We have Giddy Up too. Oh, you're eating a squirrel. You know, even if it wasn't an owl bear, like if it was just a regular owl, I would expect it to eat that squirrel. So that's not too terrifying. When it takes down one of these does or something, that's when I'll be a little scared. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought. You guys are gonna be unhappy because you're gonna be sleeping outside in the rain. So this is not gonna be a great first night for you guys. We need 5 beds. We'll stick you guys in there right now. We'll just like do a little barracks thing. Schedule wise, this is what I usually do. I usually give them recreation first thing in the morning and recreation first thing at night. I cut out 2 hours of their sleeping, but they have do anything time before their recreation starts. And then we'll do work with like a little block. So in addition to the beautification fix so that we can actually see their mountains, I did get everyone converted over to our Wildborn Ideologian. So that was a little goof in part 0. We didn't get to take a look at the Ideologian. I haven't had a chance to look through all these Ideologians, but over the next couple days, I'll probably customize them a bit for each of the factions that are belonging to these things, just so that they make a little more sense. Like, I think House Stormguard, like, darkness and artists, I probably want to do something like cultured, because they're one of the great kingdoms in this world now. And then they're also like there's like a magical affinity IDO precept that we could give them, so we'll make things make sense for them, and we'll kind of like take a look. All of these like noble houses, you know, well, they shouldn't be nomads. Probably holy disease is not great for them. So we'll make all that make sense at some point. But for us, we are a fluid ideology. We have a Dwarven style category, as well as Greek core and Norse. So we should get some variety in our structures. Physical love, free and approved. All this is like pretty basic. Our leader is the Hearth Warden. Our moral guide is our lore keeper. We have a stylist here just in case we want to change styles on things that we're building. Melee specialist guard, production specialist artisan, shooting specialist ranger. And then we have our funeral, the Earth Song. 2 Sky Lantern festivals and 2 of our social festivals are scheduled. So 4 of we're basically doing a festival at on the 5th of every quadrum, and those festivals will get us a random recruit if we do them really well. And then we have this one that can be done anytime, and it can reward us with a Sky Shard Impact, a mass Sky Shard Impact event, so that we can go out and quest for these Sky Shards and increase skills with some crystals that we find. That's pretty much it. Nothing too complex there. As the series and the community kind of evolves, we'll figure out what they are going to be doing. This is a ton of wood. Well, it's just, forest is so dense. Really, we just like cleared this spot for a building and we ended up with 3,000 wood. Let's go ahead and do bills. Let's go... Oh, I guess there's probably a mix of dark wood. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's dark wood and then there's regular. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll just say you can do the dark wood forever. And then let's do that and that. And we'll They do until maybe until you have like 1200. Say 900. Copy paste. Can we copy paste that? We can. Perfect. And then we'll copy these over to this recipe, or we'll copy these recipes over to this workbench, but we'll put the timber stuff first. That way we always have wood chopping going. Well, it'll depend on, like, you know, these guys' availability and whatnot. So let's take a look at Bella. She has might. She has 1 level. Grant. This is something that can just be like on all the time. She has like this resource bar. If we turn sprint on, it just like reduces her stamina by 30, right? Requires 30 stamina to sustain and reduces stamina regen by 20%. So she would be at 70 out of 70, but she would move faster. What other abilities do you have? You have grapple, you have whirlwind. Yeah, I guess let's put a point in sprint. We'll just like make that a little better. And grants the user 10 seconds of evasion and 5 seconds of adrenaline. Deactivating sprint instantly returns 20 stamina and applies 5 seconds of 20% energy regen. Okay, that's cool. So trying to make it more interactive instead of having it on all the time, we're just gonna leave it on all the time for the moment, and she is gonna be zooming by. Dunmore, you are our geomancer. You haven't gained any points yet. You can do encase, stone skin, earthen hammer. He needs 2 points to learn to be able to summon a little gargoyle sentinel. So we'll probably wait until he gets those 2 points and get him that ability. Harwick, you are a might user, 1 level. We're gonna turn Arrow Storm on, and we're gonna buff that right away. That's a really great ability. Marn, our druid, you can cure. No, that is not cure poison. That is give poison to people. All your stuff, cure disease, regenerate. You need points to learn it. Regenerate and cure disease are amazing. We can have them set to autocast. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna save up points so that we can learn both of those for him. He also has this arcane barrier, but that is from a piece of equipment. So he has a staff of the defender. Harwick just has a warbow. Dunmore has like a little handgun. Little gun. I felt like that made sense for a dwarf. He's gonna be melee. Brix has a crossbow and Bella has an elven axe. It just like looks crazy cool. So she's working on that. Can we copy link? And then we're gonna move you up and move you up. Okay, day 2, still raining. Hopefully we can get some roofs over these guys' heads. Okay, I just noticed that we have this raiders remaining. And we have, I guess, some hostile wasps, some death stinger soldiers on the map. I am going to ask Harwick, can you just go search and destroy? I think you can handle this on your own. Can we follow you? How chunky is that going to be? We'll take a look. It's not too bad. Okay, so you're seeing them. Oh, he's using his special ability. That arrow storm is great. Oh, he has quite a bit of energy. So hopefully he'll just be able to take them all out like that. I see the anima tree. We'll move that at some point. What are you doing, my dude? You not see things? Yeah, okay. Well, keep an eye on you to make sure that you take these stingers out before we accidentally run into them. Do we have to like deconstruct this nest, this hive? Yeah, so we'll let you take the stingers out, and then we'll come and deconstruct the hives. Well, Randy has delivered our first bad event, manhunting squirrel. Everyone is out deconstructing hives and stuff. Bella, why don't you go ahead and search and destroy here? You are a gladiator. You are equipped with barbarian armor. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. You guys are not warriors. You guys aren't warriors. Oh, Dunmore got bit. Okay. Okay. Back to business. Probably put down a spot for butchering. We have so much stuff that we need to do. Like, if we butcher it, we're not cooking it right now. And then we also have to like tan the leather. So none of that is going to be happening right now. Yes, let's just do a zone for animal bodies that have rotted. Put that to low. They allow rotten. That we'll just leave that squirrel corpse there. And entity, yeah, rotten entity corpses and monster corpses, we'll just throw them in the ocean so that they degrade a bit faster. Dunmore, health-wise. Marn is probably coming over to tend you. Brix, I want you to do construction stuff. Let's turn all this stuff up so that you'll come over here and start making us some planks so that we can make some doors. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out what mod is doing this. So the world is already like pretty robust, but we got some more settlements coming in for the dark elves and for House Ambos. I want to slow that down a little bit. I don't want it to necessarily go completely away, but definitely don't want it to get any more crowded, or too crowded anyway. Back here, we do have some planks finally. I had Brix kind of work through the night. He's probably not going to be happy about that. Bella, did you build? No. Okay, so Outland, I like this door. Let's do a couple of doors right there. Do a door there, and Bella, I want you to prioritize working on those. Brix, can you build this, or at least deliver to the campfire? We are running a little low on food. We have 26 dried meat. We have 15 rocks cheese left. So we'll probably need to do some hunting. We did go ahead and butcher that squirrel. We'll do some cooking. We have some grow zones planned. We just have not started growing yet. Like all this chopping and deconstructing and stuff has kept them pretty distracted. Marn, let's take you off of repair and deconstruct. You're like pretty bad at it anyway. We'll just like slow that down, and he should come down here and start growing some food for us. Dark wood, raw wood. Okay. Awesome. Hopefully we'll have a roof over their heads soon. Can we do any furniture? Bedrolls. What about rustic furniture? Do we have any kind of like rustic bed that we could make? We have straw beds. We need straw for that. We have wicker beds. Okay. Just drag those over. Get them off the floor. Well, I didn't intend for us to use our like dried meat or some simple meals, but we're using dried meat for simple meals, a little bit of fat, and apparently we have some roc's milk. It makes sense. I didn't realize Slinker was a lady and that we were milking her, but there we go. Let's go ahead and get some hunting set up. We have that forest owl cat. We have some apex does. We'll hunt some of those guys. Then maybe some of these boar if we need to. Marn has started kind of clearing some of this. Production wise, we have some drying racks. Let's get a couple of drying racks going, and that will give us some straw. Oh. There we go. Well, they are, I was gonna say it's not the 5th of April, May. So they're not doing our first festival. They're doing, I think, just like the random festival that we have. So that they'll just do every time it's off cooldown. I put a ritual spot down because I knew that the 5th was approaching. So tomorrow night they'll do a Sky Lantern festival. And we have the Fallen Monolith. So I don't necessarily want this to be an anomaly playthrough, so we're probably not going to interact with it. I might grab one of those mods so that we can just like uninstall it and move it somewhere out of the way. Because if we do manage to do a full expansion over to here, which is part of our plans, that's right in the middle of like some farmland. So maybe we just like stick it up in a corner, or who knows, we'll see. You know, I've never done like medieval anomaly, so I could maybe be talked into it, especially if we're gonna have a bunch of Mechanor, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, they are climbing into their sleeping spots. Haven't built their beds yet. We did get this room closed off. They started working on the roof, so we'll have our storage roofed over soon. It was a fun, wild gathering. Low expectations, development points increased, and everyone gets a +5 mood for 6 days. Let's close that. Let's open numbers. I'm going to set this up the way that I usually like to have it. So we'll get rid of those. Let's put mood over here. Colonists. Stats. What do I want? I want xenotype. Let's move that right there. Do we have like ideology? Yes. Stick that right there. Title, mood, equipment, inspiration, aiming time, kills, and then kills. I like to see melee, shooting, medical, and social. Let's stick those like right there. Oh, we put shooting in twice. Social. Shooting. There we go. Disease stuff back here. Inspiration right here. Medicine right there. Resets. Let's save this view. Okay, and then let's set it as the default view. We'll leave it there for now. I think we are just about out of time. I guess we'll come back with part 2. We'll have a look at their Sky Lantern Festival. We'll see if that nets us another pawn. And we'll start trying to like organize this area for some defenses. I'm not too worried about the first raid or anything. We have 5 folks. We have a good front line. We have people that can shoot things. Harwick can definitely help take care of some things. I am just not so certain about the rest of these guys. But I think we'll get it sorted out. And we will see how things go. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I'm super excited about this new series. I hope you are too. As always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.